When you're in the dark, nothing really ever seems to be right. When you're in the dark, nothing really ever seems to be fine.
Look at how fake this fight is. Tyson could have ended it with a knockout here, but instead, he chose to just run around and do nothing.
This morning, fallout after Russia's launch of a new hypersonic ballistic missile against Ukraine. The first time such a weapon's been used in combat. Video circulating online showing bright flashes in the sky over the eastern city of Dnipro. The weapon wasn't armed, but it is nuclear capable, and the threat from Russia is clear. A US official confirming this missile contains multiple warheads, able to hit several targets at once.
This was a new type of lethal capability that was employed on the battlefield.
Pentagon officials confirming that the United States was notified briefly before the launch, but Russian President Vladimir Putin threatening the US and others, saying this was a response to Ukraine's use of American and British missiles against Russia, and warning that they have the right to respond to any country allowing their weapons to be used by Ukraine against Russia. ABC News also learning one of the attacks on Russia this week wounding a senior North Korean general in Kursk as Russia launches more attacks again this morning. Well, guys, even China urging restraints by all sides this morning. Remember, President Trump vowing to end this conflict within 24 hours. But I think the developments of this last week have shown how intractable the conflict is and how it risks becoming an even wider war. Rebecca?
Absolutely ongoing at this point. Okay, Ian, thank you.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Run.
All these features that we see happened during the flood. It's interesting. The fractured plates of the earth from Noah's flood would be flexing up and down as they settle into place. This would be why many mountain ranges seem to follow the coastline. If the earth is covered in water and one place lifts up a little bit, the water's going to run down. It's interesting, the mountain ranges all over the world follow the coastlines. Why is that? The Norwegian mountains follow the North Sea. Okay. The Italians got all kinds of mountains over there following. I think they happened at the same time. The mountains rose, the valleys sank down. South American Andes mountains follow the South Pacific. So the Bible says the water assuaged, means it sank down. And it says the waters returned from off the earth continually. I think all the features that we see on planet Earth today in geology are best explained by the flood. The plates of the earth, one place lifts up, someplace else goes down. Water's going to run off. And in some places go racing off, depending how fast it tips, okay? Ripples in sand created by wind and waves. You know, they're finding giant ripples in the Sahara Desert. They're saying these are not wind-blown sand dunes. These are water ripples, only huge. During the flood, we talked about last time, the water under the crust would come shooting out along the cracks. The fountains of the deep broke open. That would allow the crust to sink in because the water's escaping from underneath. So the heavier stuff, the rock, is now going under where the water was. Well, that's going to contract the mass of the earth a tiny bit. The cracks of the earth would widen, allowing the basalt underneath to squeeze up, making the continents slide away. And that, as they go up, the water's going to rush into those cracks and cool it off. So these continents were squeezed, the rock layers, from the side. The mountains are squeezed up like pushing carpeting into the wall, wrinkles up like that. That's what happened during the flood. Okay? Lateral compression is the best explanation for the folded mountains. That would happen automatically when the fountains of the deep broke open. See, the flood answers all this stuff. Google folded mountains. They're all over the earth. What happened here? This was rapid formation from Noah's flood. How much sideways pressure would it take to push mountains up like that? Whole bunch, right? So the earth cracked up and is still cracked up today. There are fault lines all over the place. Nobody argues about that. San Andreas Fault, Hayward Fault, New Madrid Fault. And there's still some water trapped in the crust of the earth. That's why we have thermal vents. If there's hot water shooting up into the bottom of the ocean, where does it have to be coming from? Deeper than that. Hello? It's no naked genius to figure that out. Some of them are on land, like the geysers in Yellowstone and stuff like that. But over, I think, 3/4 of them are in the water, underwater. The hunt for Earth's deep hidden oceans. What is this? They're finding large amounts of water detected in the mantle. You know, there's still a lot of water in the crust of the earth, a whole lot, like more than's on the surface.
Cheetah isn't the fastest animal, whales aren't fish, and spiders aren't insects either. Let's explore some amazing animal facts. The cheetah is the fastest land animal, but it's not the fastest overall. The black marlin found in water is faster than a cheetah. However, the peregrine falcon holds the title of the fastest animal on Earth. Can you name 4 flightless birds? Ostrich, emu, kiwi, and penguin. The sloth is the slowest animal on Earth. The largest animal is the blue whale. Guess which animal produces the loudest noise? It's the pistol shrimp. Lastly, the mayfly has the shortest lifespan, living only for 1 day. Lyrebirds are masters of mimicry, imitating various sounds in their environment. Colossal squids have the largest eyes of any creature on Earth. African elephants have the largest ears among land animals. Kangaroos cannot walk backward due to their specialized hind legs. The king cobra is the longest venomous snake in the world, capable of reaching lengths of over 18 feet.
Mickey Mouse! Say, do you want to come inside my clubhouse? While I'm waiting for your fucking response, are you just not going to say anything, dumbass?
Very interesting clips there, viewer mares. Hey, everyone knows that fight was scripted. Even in the original days of what would become professional wrestling, these athletes, amateur wrestlers, would pretend to compete for 3 hours or more, even while still having a predetermined outcome. It is what it is. World War III? I think it's being blown out of proportion. And even if it is, remember what the Bible says. Even with rumors of wars and what could look like the end, it's not. God is the beginning and the end. Nothing on this planet could cause the end of it. It's that simple. Is it just me, or did that little ghost doll kind of look like Jamie from Halloween 4? Hey, and that was a good prank, but we might would have had to throw hands. I ain't no killer, but don't push me. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I was a little death mare, just a wee little mare, I didn't really understand a whole lot of things being taught to me in school, such as the Ice Age. And I'm like, well, okay, if this thing happened hundreds and millions of years ago, why hasn't there been another one? It would have to work that way according to what they taught me. The only thing that could ever make sense to me is that it was indeed a flood. And the reason it only happened once is because God said it was only going to happen once. He would never destroy the world again using water. That's why we have the rainbow. It's a sign of that covenant. And personally, I love the rainbow. Wow, and a lyrebird? I never heard of that. But I'm glad I learned about the whole kangaroo walking backwards thing. Because if it's ever coming at me, I'm running the opposite way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I ain't trying to mess with no Roo. And hey, shout out to the OG Mickey. Speaking of that, I do have to go. I gotta hang out with him, and I don't want him to get any more mad at me. So, let me know in the comments, how was your day?
When you're in the dark, nothing really ever seems to be right. When you're in the dark, nothing really ever seems to be fun.